night driving tutorial. I'll be on the road, get an expressway. So whenever we back up, we always want to look out of our back window. Do not want to hit anything. I have a back camera, but that doesn't mean anything. You still got to look. So I'm going to back up small and always turn my head. Then I'm going to put this thing in drive. Okay, now I'm in drive. I want to center myself. Night drives, they do the road test. Depends, night, evening. So we want to be mindful that it's dark outside. Cars come down the street, people are walking. So I'm staying to the middle left. I'm just scanning for people, looking for doors popping open. The holiday season, as you can tell, so you always want to be aware. And during the holidays, people can get very depressed, so you want to be aware. Mental health is very important. So I want to come up and stop. You see that shiny spot there? That could be black ice. And then this is the outside view. So it is 40 degrees. It's quite cold. At about 22 in the neighborhood. You should be under 25 or less. When it's dark, you should drive a little bit slower. There are people out here who walk and run, so you got to be mindful. I do drive, as you said, up to 12 o'clock midnight. So people drive, they want to get their license, you got to be available. So I'm going to have a complete stop. Then I look and check, make that turn. Man, that garage is clean. Wow, leave that boy out. Okay, so I'm in the middle, right side of the driveway of the road, and you got to make sure you have proper lane positioning. This is the wrong side of the road, and sometimes a lot of drivers get disoriented. So I'm going to come over to the correct side of the road. Signal your intention. Even though there's no one here, develop good habits. I'm going to make that right turn, turning out, and you can see the curb and the front really, really nice. We got some really factory good headlights. This is a 2023 Trailblazer, so they have high output lights. A lot of cars you guys are driving 2015s, 2017s, 2010s. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just harder to see. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my right turn, and I want to keep my turn short. Jackson, if that is you who popped on, I did not get your email, so I'll put my email again. I am driving, so I won't be able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get over one lane to the left. And then I saw that car. They didn't really even stop. So that kind of freaks us all out. And that's what people do. They're kind of dangerous. They kind of dart out in front of you. So you got to be that defensive driver. This could be a still green light, so I want to maintain good speed. Driving at night can be very peaceful. It can also be very scary for people who can't see, younger drivers, drivers who are mature. I'm going to say mature, not old, O-L-D. And be proud of who you are, young or old. You got to know how to see. And then I'm going real easy in this turn, and I'm using the lines to help me. Okay, the right line to the white line to the right is the edge line. The line to the left is the warning. And then I'm gonna turn on my blinker, and you're gonna hear me get out here. And then you push that gas, and I came out about 66. The speed limit is 70. I had to get a little bit more aggressive on the gas. So if you're merging out, don't be scared to merge out and get up to speed smoothly and quickly. Also, sometimes I listen to the sounds that the tire makes over the road just to tell you if something is not running right or not tuned right. You can hear that sound. See, there it was again. Also, if you go off the edge of the road to the right, and I'm going to show you this just for educational purposes, listen. You hear that sound? You are going off the road and you are falling asleep. So you got to be really mindful of that. That's a great example. They are riding their foot on the brake for a long time. You saw those brake lights go off. You got to be able to pick out those things. Use what's here. Use the lines, use the signs, use my voice to help you. and then I'm lifting my foot off the gas. You can do two things. You can ride your brakes up, kind of wears them out, or you can lift your foot. I'm lifting my foot, and I'm just letting the car's momentum carry me up the hill. So it depends on the student driver. A lot of drivers just ride the brake. They're not sure. So it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm going to stay to the left. There are 4 lanes, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. I'm going to be in the inside left lane. So I will go by the double yellow. So you got to be mindful of this. This is another area where beginning drivers fail or get confused. They ran the light. I wanted you to see that. And then you could have been driving. So we don't know what people are doing. And you can't turn left on a red light because this is a two-way. If you were going right and it's after you check traffic and there's no sign, you can make a turn. It looks pretty clear this evening. You got to be aware the dangerous area is the hill to my left. Cars run lights, like you saw that car coming off the expressway, run the light. Don't get sloppy in your driving. Be a good driver. Also, heat in the car, heat is good, but if you have it too warm, you're going to fall asleep. I like it a little bit on the cold side to keep awake. If you're too warm, you're going to fall asleep and end up crashing. So be mindful of that. You saw the light change? That can confuse drivers, and I've had drivers just go right into the intersection. It is on a time delay. Just passed my test a week ago. Been watching videos. Thank you. Please make sure you're subscribed. And I have a podcast called Driving with Myles, M-Y-L-E-S, on Spotify. Thank you. That really makes me feel good. Now, here's the trick. It's not a trick. That car, they're way past the stop line. That could cause me to hit them. That's really dangerous. Now, also, we're going up this hill. I have had a lot of drivers go too fast, and then people run the light coming off the expressway. So you got to know their driving environment. And also tell me where you're from. Are you from the United States? And then I'm just maintaining. Speed limit here is 50, so I'm going to get up to 50. That's 45, excuse me. I'm going to get it right up to the speed limit. I'm there, and I'm scanning left and right. Even though I have a green light in my favor, you got to look at intersections. And typically, we're in the driver's ed car. It's not as clear as this. The car is older. The car is, 13 years older. So just like an older person, you have older eyes. The lenses on the eye get cloudy. That's what cataracts are, hard lens. And then in a newer car, the headlights are much brighter. The windshield is much clearer. You can see by the video, it looks pretty good. It's a little blurry because the windshield needs to be clear a little bit, or the lens needs to be clear. But that's what it looks like when you have glasses on. It looks kind of starry and blurry. So I always ask my students, because I care, are you nearsighted? This means you can't see things far. Are you farsighted? You can't see things near. I ask those questions when we drive at night because it gets dark at 5:30 p.m. So you got to be mindful, because I drive 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. And your instructor should be asking you these questions. And if they ask you these questions, they care, they want to help you, they want you to do well. So this is a double left turn. I'm in the outside lane. When I make my left turn, I'll be to the right side of the street to confuse you further. On your road test, if you turn in the wrong lane, automatic failure, you could cause an accident. See how those two cars are turning? Kind of confusing. I try to take you in different areas so you can learn about right turns, left turns, roundabouts. So I move forward, and I got to go up into the middle of the intersection. You'll see the broken white line. There it is. And then I turn. Then I'm going to make a right turn in this driveway, and I got to squeeze my brakes. And then I look up the driveway, and I'm at about 10 miles an hour. Scanning, taking my time. And this is a blind corner. And you don't want to cut it too short because you'll hit the curb and damage your rims.
Hey, June Gus, do you have a pickup?
Yeah, for Myles.
All right, whip around, please, buddy.
Thank you, brother. And you always want to be courteous. And I talked about drive-thrus before. One time I had lost, and I'm going to tell you this, it's really incredible. One time I had lost, it was my first job. I just got paid. The wind had blew the money. I lost $600. The money flew out. It was in all 20s. I lost about $80, so it blew out the window. Nevertheless, I put this car in park, and I ran out and got that money. So you got to be mindful when you're going through drive-thrus.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
In the car?
No, this is a client's car.
Oh, man. I know that, huh?
I know, right? Give me 1 second. How have you been?
Good. How have you been?
Good.
3546.
All
I
right.
gotta use the front register, so give me 1 second.
It's all good. And you know, it's about relationships. You know, when you talk to people, you can tell by my voice. I care about people. And then when you take the time to look at my content, I need you to subscribe. I was looking at the analytics. A lot of you are not subscribed. When you subscribe, you're going to get fresh information. You're going to learn about driving. You're going to learn about automotive maintenance. There's so many things you're going to learn. So I want to encourage all of you who are watching, subscribe to the channel, because I do a lot of shorts. I do a lot of long form. I do in-car, I do tutorials. So you're going to get a good value. So I'm waiting. A lot of people pay with a debit or credit card. I'm a mix of both. You got to have some cash in case your card doesn't work. Hey. Here you are. Thank you. I got it. Yep, thank you so much. And a lot of you in your segment 2 or getting ready for segment 2, you're going to be doing a lot of driving, right? You're going to run and get food, right? You're going to, let me take a time and do this. You know, you're going to be driving, running errands. You're going to get gas. Your parents are going to say, hey, can you go to the store? Sure. Hey, can you get gas in the car? Sure. You don't care. You just want to drive and get as many hours as possible. And that's what you should be doing. You should never say no when your parents or caregivers want to say, hey, can you drive for us? Can you go run some errands? You know, we'll fill your car up. We'll fill the car up. Sure. I want to drive. Okay. So I have to turn my wheel to the, first I got to put it in drive, right? But if you hit the gas real hard, you're going to kill someone to the left. Look, go slow. So I'm going to the right, making more space. I'm also looking over my right shoulder because cars could come speeding around. So I'm making room in case someone comes out. So that's a hazard. Okay, so now I'm going to go down to the bottom of the driveway, and I'm looking left, looking right. There's some cars. So this is the outside view. So if you don't stop and kind of yield and look, you're going to get in a bad habit. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the nearest lane. Hey, there we go. Taking my time. And this view's pretty clear. This is on a clear night. And I don't mind driving students in this type of element because it's easier to see, but you still got to be careful. It's harder to see. And then I'm going to show you something. I have students make lane changes. I want to see if they can make an emergency lane change. And that's the typical, we had our blinker on about 3.5 blinks, and then I stop at the stop line. Okay, take your time, practice your skill sets, become a better driver. The more you practice, the better you're going to be. I'm also checking behind me. So when you're stopped at a light, you got to look around. You got to look around, check your mirror, check in front. You always have to look. If you don't look, you're going to get rear-ended. Okay, light's green. I looked. I'm gonna get right. This vehicle is quite fast. So if you hit the gas too hard, you're at 60 or 70. Speed limit is 50. I'm at about 38 right now. I'm gonna walk my speed right up to about 45, 47. I'm cruising about 46. That's fine. Will you fail if you drive under speed? If you drive too slow, they will fail you. You become a hazard to the traffic. If you drive over the limit, automatic failure. If you hit a curb, automatic failure. If you run a light, automatic failure. I'm just telling you the truth, and I'll be going over some of the things I've been discussing. I've been a lot of information about the Tesla and how it integrates into driving autonomous vehicles, because that technology will matriculate down to the driver's education level where a lot of you are who look at my content. So I have some good autonomous driving Cybertruck information on my channel, so you really need to be looked at that. And you also need to subscribe, because when you subscribe, you're going to get notifications, you're going to get high quality value. And I went through my videos the last 3 years. I've improved so much. But if you look through some of my old content, you'll see my baby face, you'll see that crispy haircut. But as you get better in driving, you get better. As you get better in making driver's education content, you will notice an increase. A lot of you who've discovered me, the videos crispier, the transitions are crispier. So I'm really trying to bring you better value. But if you look through some of those older videos, you'll be able to tell when I first started, so pure, just trying to get engagement, trying to educate people. So I'm at about 50. Cars are cruising. There's no need to drive 60, 70, or 80. We're not even trying to do that. We're just trying to take our time. I'm trying to be real smooth and very deliberate. I'm going to go ahead and make a left turn here. This is a protected left turn. You see the light blinking? I'm going to merge into the middle where the line is broken. This is a road test merge, and I'm going to yield to traffic. I'm going to go up to the middle, and I'll be turning by the nearest lane, which is by the double yellow. That's the way you're supposed to make your turn. Now, I need to get over one lane to the right. I go over my shoulder, and I cancel my blinker. So this is, of course, I would take clients on. I'm going to get us over one lane to the right and squeeze the brakes. A lot of people like this car. I like it too. It's a little bit unstable. I'm going to turn on the brights. Now you should be, no brights, brights. You can see a lot more. And I'm looking left and right, checking peripheral vision, because I want to be safe. I'm at about 21 miles an hour. Speed limit here is 25, so I'm being careful. Get that blinker on. I want to stop for 3 seconds. I'm going to come to a stop. S-T-O-P. 1001, 1002, 1003. Do those small things. If you really want to get a higher score on your road test, you really want to do real well, W-E-L-L, you have to practice your driving fundamentals. No one's going to do it except for you, your bestie, your girl, your boy, your uncle, okay? You will do better, and I want you to do better. Okay, so I'm back. So what I need you to do is be consistent. Really work as hard as you can on your turning, on your lane positioning. We're going to take you through a tight little neighborhood. We'll talk about lane positioning of the car. You'll be able to see from an outside view today. So at this street, 100 feet, a half a block, I got on my blinker. You'll hear it. And then I'm going to come up and turn my wheel when the front of the car is even with the curb. And then I turn and I turn out. There are a lot of cars parked on both sides. We're in a neighborhood. This could be anywhere in the world. So tight, small spaces, you want to stay in the middle. If I hug the right, I'm going to hit cars. Don't want to do that. Don't want to damage the client's car. If I hug the left, I'm going to hit cars. So I'm staying in the middle. I don't know what that is. What is that? See that thing lit up over there? That is weird. They got a light on in the back. Wow, that's really weird. So you notice a lot of things when you have really clean windshield, when you have really good headlights. Good headlights allow you to see more. They illuminate, okay, the ability to see. Visual acuity is how clearly you can see. Every 2 years, you need to get your eyes checked. Every 2 years, myself as an instructor, I have to have my eyes checked. I need to take a physical examination, background check. These are the things good instructors do. They take care of themselves, they get their rest, so I'm able to provide you with a great service. And now I'm gonna make a right turn. I'm coming up, checking traffic, and then I'm gonna turn hand over hand. This is the outside view, and it's kind of weird that cars are just pulled over to the side. So I'm just checking. And when you come up to a main road, you want to cut off your brights because you don't want to blind oncoming drivers. We discussed that in the online session tonight. See how the stop sign is to the right? There's a lot of aluminum there, and then there's a reflective shield that is on the two parts of the stop sign at the bottom. That allows you to see better. And this is a regulatory sign. It tells you what you can and cannot do. Stop. S-T-O-P. So it's a red background, white letters. You have to obey that. But now I can't see. So what I want to do is move forward. And I'm going to give you a little inside view. Okay, so I'm smiling. I got to come up. I got to look left. I got to look right. I got to look left. But there's a car coming, so I'm deliberately going to wait. It's called showing the car. You want to proceed up to the edge, and it's looking for a gap. G-A-P. Not like I gapped you when I raced and sprayed my nitrous, but I gapped. So now it's clear. Okay, I'm going to come up. I looked, and then I'm going to turn in the nearest lane. Always turn in the nearest lane. So that's a pretty good turn. And then I roll into the throttle and gradually get up to speed. And I'm going to make another right turn just before the street. You should be able to see it. I'm going to squeeze my brakes. And you want to squeeze your brakes. I'm at about 28. Now I'm at 19. And then you turn really smooth. Oh, you see that? You never want to run over objects, right? Don't run over that. Something could be in there to damage your cars. It's like someone dropped their bag. I don't know. But I'm going to drive around it. Okay? Teachable moment. I need to make a right turn. Even though there's no one here, use your blinker. And then I'm looking to the right. This is an outside view today. And then I'm going to turn out. So that was a nice turn. So let's review. We turned hand over hand. We worked on our speed control. We got better as drivers, right? And you have to get better as drivers as you go along. And I want you to continue to get better. I want you to continue to watch the content. We talked about steering. We talked about hand over hand. We talked about merging an expressway. We talked about identifying different lanes to be in. This is bringing you value. If it's bringing you value, subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, you're going to get notifications. Also, I'm going to be putting together a channel membership to help more individuals one-on-one. Well, we'll do a Zoom interactive lesson. I'll have some more exclusive content, how to tune your car, how to fix your tire, how to properly turn the steering wheel. So I want to bring you good value, and it's a blessing to help you. So I want to say thank you to all of you, and I need you to be safe tonight. Bye.